Honourable Member for Timmins, James Bay.
Mr. Speaker, you know, the very first lesson you learn in economics is normative and positive, and that the rule of economics is not to describe what should be, but only to describe what is. And yet, whenever we stand up in this House and describe what is, the Conservatives start saying, there goes the New Democrats again, being spoil sports, because they talk about the murders that happen of union leaders, and they talk about the environmental devastation, and they talk about the fact that Panama is one of the dodgiest drug havens on the planet. Well, they tell us, believe in free trade. If you just believe in free trade, everything will be all right. And what it is, Mr. Speaker, is their blind faith, as G.K. Chesterton said, in the horrible mysticism of money. As long as money can travel around the planet, as long as capital gets what it wants, we're all supposed to believe that things will be better. But we've said consistently, time and time again, that if for a trade deal to work, we have to look at the effects of that trade deal, and we have to look at whether it actually works on the ground. That's what economies should be about. We should be looking at what really is, not what they think should be in their neocon, Milton Friedman, flat earth society that they live in over there, Mr. Speaker. So I'd like to ask my honourable colleague, having seen this group week after week, month after month, year after year with their failed ideology, why does he think they've got the nerve to lecture anyone else about the economy?
The Honourable Member for Vancouver Kingsway.
That was very astutely put. Mr. Speaker, let's talk about accountability, because this is an issue that this government tends to use, a word they use a lot. But I'm not sure that they know the meaning of. The neoliberal policies of this government that, of course, were put in place by the Liberals in the early 1980s, the neoliberal approach of Milton Friedman, has really been in place in North America for the last 25 years, for a generation. So let's take stock. Let's hold them accountable for those policies. So what's happened in 25 years? Well, I'll tell you what's happened in 25 years. The gap in wealth distribution in Canada has gotten wider.
Yes.
Now that's a fact. I know that the government, they don't like to talk about facts. It's more about ideology and argument. But check the facts. And if any member on that side can tell me that I'm wrong, show me the numbers. Because Statistics Canada and every single reputable economics group will tell you that more people are poor today than they were 25 years ago, and the richer have gotten richer. Also, there is no question that the average industrial wage in 2008 is lower in per capita terms and lower in real terms than it was in 1980. So a worker, well, I worked for a trade union right up in 2008, and I know what people were making in 1992, and I know what they were making in 2008. And I can tell you that in some cases they were making less money. In most cases, even with their minor increases, in real terms, most Canadian workers are worse off today. And to boot, here's the third factor, most Canadians in 2008 are working more. So we're working longer, for less pay, and the distribution of wealth in this country has gotten worse. That is the record of 25 years of neoliberal economics, and what I've heard today expressed by this government was said 25 years ago. Didn't work then, Mr. Speaker, doesn't work now. Let's hold them accountable.